Hey everyone, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today it is raining again, and we've got a lot of rain between yesterday and this morning and this afternoon. It's just been raining non-stop. So we're going to try to do a little something in the garage. We're going to try out a new product I didn't know existed, and I don't know, it's probably been around for a long time, but I just happened to run across it, so I picked one up and thought I'd try it out. This is a blade sharpening and balancing kit. I thought I would search for an actual balancer, and turns out they do make one. And so let's open this up and take a look at it and see what it actually consists of. So this Arnold kit I got from Lowe's. As you can see, it comes with a grinding stone, and then it's got this little plastic piece on the back side as a guide. Basically, you put that on the flat side of your blade, and then the stone puts the factory, like the tapered edge, back onto your blade. Also, it comes with the blade balancer. All you do is put on your blade up to whatever size fits over the opening, and then you'll have it on a flat surface, and then as long as it doesn't tilt one way or the other, then you're in balance. So with this sharpener, you take the nylon side and you put it against the flat side of your blade, and then on the front side, the grinding wheel is what sharpens that down and puts a factory-like edge on it. So I've been working with it here for a minute just to kind of get a feel of it, because this is the first time I've used it. But we'll kind of finish up this side, and then we'll move over and do the other side. Guys, let me give you my thoughts and opinions on this mower blade sharpener. This thing's actually, it's pretty cool. I think if a person has a blade like this one that hadn't been sharpened for a very long time, like I've had this mower for, I would say 8 years, maybe 9 years, something like that. I've had it for a pretty good while, and I've never taken the blades off of it to sharpen them. So they were pretty dull, they were pretty rounded, and what I get from using this, if you're going to have a blade that needs that much sharpening, it's going to be best to hit it with the grinder first and take the majority of the metal down so you don't have to do as much with this. And is it possible to do it with just this? Yes, it is, but it's going to take a long time to do it. In fact, I worked on one side of the blade for a long time thinking that, you know, hey, I'm going to get it down there, I'm going to get it down there, but I never could get it all the way down to the point, because the farther you go down, the more material off the blade it's having to cut. So I ended up then scratching that, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to go back, I'm going to take it to the grinder, I'm going to cut it down, and then I'm going to put the factory looking edge and the angles and stuff back on with this stone. So that's what I ended up doing, and as you can see, the edge on it, it looks very factory, and it's got the correct angle and everything on there. The only thing is, this is a mulching blade, and you can see this big crook right here in it. You cannot sharpen that with this. I could not make it work on this tight of a bend on a mulching blade. So with that being said, I just sharpened the main part of the blade, and I went over here and I just sharpened this little section with the grinder, and that way the entire blade would end up being sharp then. So yeah, like I say, I went to the grinder, took down the majority, went back with this and put the finished edge on it, and it's sharp enough now to cut you. I mean, it's actually a pretty good edge. And I'd venture to say that if you go through and you sharpen your blades once every few months, or even maybe once a season, that you can do it with just this. This is actually a really cool sharpening tool, and there's almost no guesswork in the angle of the blade. It puts it on there by itself. So if you're putting it on a grinding wheel or something like that, then you can get the thickness of the edge of your blade. Like, you can get it real thin right on the edge, but then real thick back here on the back, or even the other way around. You can grind it too much on the back and then still leave it thick on the front. So this thing puts the correct angle on it, and I really like it for that. And it's not an expensive tool, so I like that. Plus it comes with the balancer to make sure that your blade stays balanced. So the balancer is extremely easy to use, and you just take your blade, set it to the correct hole size on the balancer to match your blade, and you just let it go. As you can see, this one actually is a little bit heavy on this side. I'd say that's close enough right there. You know, another thing too is making sure that you've got it centered in your hole on your blade, because if you do have it offset, like if the blade doesn't fit perfectly on one of the little grooves on here, then that could make it unbalanced or look unbalanced. So make sure you've got it centered up good on your balancer, and then whenever it's sitting level, then you're good to go. So once again, check out the edge on that blade. It looks like a factory ground edge, which is really cool that, you know, you could get that even on your own. Of course, don't pay attention to here because you cannot use that tool on there. But it looks like a factory ground edge. It's really cool. And it is pretty sharp. I mean, you can cut, you know, a piece of paper or something with it. Now, you can't shave with it. It's not that sharp. If you wanted to spend enough time on it, yeah, you might actually could get it that sharp. I hope this video helps someone out This is the first time use for me, so a lot of the footage in there, I'm going to show some of the details that I had where, if you get too close to the end of the blade, then your wheel, it'll jerk it right off the end of the blade. You can fix that, put the drill in reverse, and kind of go from the edge back. But you do have to watch, because when you're running in reverse, the screw that holds the stone on to sharpen with will actually come loose if you're not careful. So you do have to watch that. But overall, it works out pretty good, and we'll just kind of have to see on touching up blades and that kind of stuff, or just maintaining that sharp edge, see how convenient this little tool works. So if you like videos like this, make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and thanks for watching.